How do we calculate a cell potential when it's not in a non-standard state? So say it's not at 25 degrees Celsius, you're looking at a pressure that is not at 1 atm, or maybe some solution is not at 1 molarity. What do? Then we utilize this Nernst equation to calculate a cell potential in the non-standard state. And it's showing as E cell is equal to, so the cell potential is equal to the potential at standard state minus RT over NF ln of Q. Well, that E naught cell, that represents the standard cell potential in voltage or joules over Coulomb. The R represents the gas constant. T represents temperature in Kelvin. N represents how much electron has been transferred in the redox reaction. And F represents the Faraday's constant. And lastly, that Q is the reaction quotient. Now, this is not at equilibrium, but it's at reaction quotient, meaning that it is a time where it's not at equilibrium, or it could be in the very beginning of the reaction, maybe going towards the equilibrium, or it has somehow it's shifted from the equilibrium process. The best way to just show you how to go about these kind of problem is to do a problem in itself. So let's do a problem. Here's a problem that says, calculate the non-standard cell potential for the following cell at 298 Kelvin. So you may say, well, it's at 298 Kelvin, so it's at standard. Well, it's not exactly at 1 molarity, so it wouldn't be at the non-standards. It wouldn't be at the standards condition, but rather at a non-standard condition. So it's also giving you the molarity of the iron in aqueous and cobalt molarity, cobalt 2 plus in molarity. The very first thing you want to do is you want to make sure to find out how many electrons are being transferred by balancing the reaction, the half reaction in particular, and getting the E naught cell, or the standard cell potential. So let's go ahead and look at this half reaction first. To find the half reaction, we're going to divide the oxidation and the reduction reaction. So for the oxidation side, we have cobalt solid, and then that's forming into cobalt 2 plus. Well, the oxidation number for cobalt solid is 0, and for cobalt 2 plus is +2. So therefore, 2 electron has been taken out in order to go from 0 standing to +2. In the reduction process, where in which the iron 2 plus formed into iron solid. Well, the oxidation process, oxidation number for iron 2 plus is +2, and for iron solid is 0. That means 2 electron has been added in order for it to become iron solid. Now, 2 electrons are balanced, so we don't need to multiply any of the oxidation and reduction by any particular number. Let's go ahead and find the E naught cell of each of these reactions, each of the half reaction, by looking at the cell potential chart in the reference sheet. So in this reference sheet, this shows you the standard potentials at 25 degrees, and the cobalt is here. So anything to do with cobalt, but this cobalt is showing in as if it's going into reduction process. But for in our scenario, it's going into oxidation process where electron has been taken out from the solid cobalt. So therefore, we take the potential of negative 0.28. Instead of putting negative, we're going to switch it to positive 0.28. Whereas for iron, if you look at iron down here, this is a reduction process. In our scenario, is a reduction process, and it's negative 0.44 volts. Let's take those two values and go back to our slide. In our slide, so our cobalt, it's not negative 0.28, but rather positive 0.28 volts. And then we have iron that's negative 0.44 volts. You're going to add the two, the top and the bottom together, and then you would get negative 0.16 volts. So we got the E naught cell to be this. We're not exactly at where we calculate the non-standard potential. We only got the standard potential E naught. So what do we do next? Next, we're going to try to find Q. Find the reaction quotient. So reaction quotient, if you recall from a while ago, it's the product divided by the reactant, and as long as also you need to incorporate the coefficient. The coefficient, these are all balanced by mass and by charge, so we don't need to indicate any exponents. But the product here, we do need to indicate that it is a cobalt 2 plus all over the iron 2 plus. Why don't we add the cobalt solid and the iron solid? Is because when we do the reaction quotient, we don't include anything but just gas and aqueous. The exponent component is just 1 since the coefficient for all of these is 1. The overall net process is 1. So let's go ahead and plug in the values. And then if we were to plug in the cobalt, it's 0.15 to the first power. And this is 1.94 to the first power. If you punch this into the calculator, you get 0.077. Now what do? Now we just pretty much plug in all the values. I have the Nernst equation on the corner here. So E cell is equal to E naught cell, and we calculated that to be negative 0.16 volts minus. R is the gas constant, 8.314 joules per mole dot K. Temperature, it's at 298 Kelvin, so 298 Kelvin. All over N. What is N? N, it refers to how many electron has been transferred. If I were to go back into this slide over here, we had shown that N is actually 2 because 2 electron is given and 2 electron is taken in that oxidation reduction process. So here the N should be 2. Now, Faraday's constant, it's something that you should already know, 96485 coulomb per mole electron. And then we have ln of Q, and the ln of Q was 0.077. We're going to go ahead and calculate this out and see what we get for E cell. Let me take care of the right side of the equation on this side, okay? So that would be 8.314 times it by 298. And then times that by ln of 0.077. And then you're going to divide this by 2 times the Faraday's constant, and then equal to. It's negative 0.03. Now, I know that there is negative 0.03 here, and there is a negative sign over here. So this is, I'm going to multiply by negative 1, and that will give me a positive 0.032. So that's on this side. Added that to the negative 0.16. Plus negative 0.16. And I should get negative 0.127, okay? Or we should do 2 sig figs, and then so therefore it'll be negative 0.13 volts. So this would be my E cell, or the non-standard cell potential for this equation at 298 K. Let's try this learning check. For the cells schematic below. At room temperature, identify the values for N, so that's the number of electrons being transferred, Q, reaction quotient, and the cell potential. And already you can tell this is a non-standard potential because the molarities are not 1. They're just they're at a different value. Room temperature, I want to let you know that it is 25 degrees Celsius, which is same as 298.15 Kelvin. So let's go ahead and try this. And first, the very first thing is you want to identify the half reaction. Here, the aluminum is going into aluminum 3 plus, copper 2 plus is going into copper solid. So how do we go about this? We're going to go ahead and write the half reaction, aluminum solid, forming into aluminum 3 plus. That means if you look at the oxidation number, this is 0, this is 3 plus. And so therefore, you have 3 electrons that's being added. Now, this is for oxidation process. What about for reduction? For a reduction process, we have copper 2 plus, aqueous, and then that's going into copper solid. What does that mean? We're going to go ahead and look at the oxidation number. There's 0 here, and there's plus 2 here. That means we needed to add 2 electrons to go from plus 2 to 0. Now, the electrons on the oxidation and reduction are not the same. They are different numbers. So we do need to balance them by multiplying this whole thing by 2 and this whole thing by 3, so that the number of electron will exactly equate out. So if I were to redo this, let's do it in a different pen color. This will form into 2 aluminum, 2 aluminum 3 plus, 6 electrons, and for here, for the reduction, 3 copper plus 6 electrons, and then 3 copper solid. So we can see that there's 6 electrons involved here. So we can identify N now. N is then equal to 6 electrons because those are the amount of electrons that are being transferred in this balance equation. All right, I moved the electrons all the way to right here. N is equal to 6. Now I want to calculate the E cell potential. So that would be E naught cell, okay? So what is it for aluminum? What is it for copper? Try to go back into your reference sheet and see if you can find those values. So hopefully you were able to find these two values, 1.66 and 0.34. And you'll notice that this is not a negative because this is an oxidation process and all of the standard potential that you see on the table is a reduction. So you have to change the sign. You're going to add the two together, but not only am I going to add this portion, this E cell, but I'm also going to add the half reactions together. So half reaction on the left side, there's 6 electrons here and 6 electrons here. And so after canceling that out, I will get 2 aluminum solid plus 3 copper plus 2 aqueous. And then that forms into 2 aluminum 3 plus aqueous and then 3 copper solid. And if I were to add these two together, I would get 2.00 volts. Now let's go ahead and find Q. Q is equal to the product over reactant. And it's got a little exponent on top based on the coefficient. In the balance equation, the product is aluminum and copper solid, aluminum 3 plus and copper solid. Now, we don't take into consideration of the solid when we're looking at reaction quotient, just the aqueous or gas. Since there's no gas here, we're just going to take the aluminum 3 plus. So that's my product. 3 plus, and the coefficient is 2, not 3, 2. Why? Because the coefficient is 2, okay? Now, all over the reactant, and I'm only taking copper 2 plus into consideration, and that's because copper 2 plus is the one that is in aqueous form. The other aluminum is in solid. So, and this is to the third power. The third power comes from the coefficient of the balance equation. So let's plug in the values. Well, aluminum 3 plus has a aqueous, it has a 0.15 molarity, 0.15 to the second power. And then we have copper here as 0.025 to the third power. So calculate this out and come back. If you come back, hopefully you're able to get 1440, okay? And let's go ahead and put this all together to find lastly, the cell. E cell at non-standard state is the standard cell potential, well, not plus, but minus the gas constant T NF ln of Q. So we're going to plug everything in together. So E naught cell is 2.00 volts, or joules per coulomb, I like to write. R is 8.314 joules per mole dot K. Temperature is 298.15 K. Erase is getting a little bit too complicated looking. All over, and then we have our N, which is 6. F Faraday constant is 96485 coulomb mole dot E. And then my ln of Q is 1440. Let me squeeze that in there. Okay, so you're going to try calculating this out and see what you get. All right, and here is the key. So I got 1.97 volts. So again, let me highlight all of the answers. So for N, I got 6 electrons. Q, I have 1440. And for E cell, which is the non-standard potential, is 1.97 volts.